The basics of rigging are the same in any 3D application that you choose to use. Now, I say this pretty confidently because over the years I've had to use a number of programs depending on which production that I've been a part of, because they're all the same, but they all have the same requirements for rigging. So the tools may function a little differently, they may have some different names, but they all boil down to three things. And these three things, I'm going to call them the core components of rigging. The first in this list is hierarchies. Hierarchies at the most basic are groups of objects linked together. These linked objects form a parent and child hierarchy, whereby the parent object controls the movement, rotation, and scale of the child. Think about a parent holding the hand of their child. They then control where that child can go, kind of like when they're crossing the road. And this is the exact same thing in 3D. Hierarchies and the hierarchy of your rigs is probably the most important component, and you will have to, it's where most of the impact comes from and why your rig works a certain way or doesn't work another way. The second is bones. Bones are exactly that, the bones of an object. They are simply a special object in 3ds Max which behave in a certain way to mimic our own bones. Once linked, these bones become a skeleton. Oh, and it's important to note that other 3D applications call their bones joints. Don't worry though, they're pretty much the exact same thing, it's just a different name for them. Finally, we have skinning. Skinning is the process of attaching geometry to the bones so that those bones can deform the geometry of our characters and objects. These core rigging components are the foundations of pretty much every rig. Of course, there are exceptions, and there are some advanced tools that we can use to rig complex setups where bones and skin may not be needed, but I'm yet to find any rig that doesn't rely on hierarchies as the main component.